Just as any other capital, it has an investment and it has return. So you just can't expect return from people. You have to also invest. That means you have to also help people to expect that they will help you in the eventualities.
Hi, this is Sushil Mungekar. In last 20 years of my career, working as a professional in corporates or working as an entrepreneur on my own startups, and then again coming back into the education system and working on nurturing entrepreneur mindset among children, I realized one thing, that our current education system needs a definite, immediate and a constructive change. This channel is mere an opportunity to connect a parent in me with a parent in you.
Most of us would agree that whatever we learned during our education system, we rarely use that in our professional careers. On the other hand, whatever we do in our professional careers, we have rarely learned that in our education system in a formal way. So this gap needs to be bridged. There are so many tools that we use during our professions which we feel, oh fish, I would have learned this kind of tools when I was a child itself, it could have been far better. That was the eureka when I really thought that can we pick up some of those tools and bring it back to students so that they start preparing themselves, their mindset well in advance, so that this can help them to be successful in any career that they take. That's the genesis of this masterclass. Welcome to the 9th episode of my masterclass on 12 essential tools we must teach our children before they finish their schooling. Remember our stated position? We said we want our children to create value for themselves, and the best way to create value for themselves is to create value for others. In this entire masterclass series, we worked on entrepreneur mindset, we looked at how they can empathize with people, we looked at how they can identify problems, define problem solving, we worked on ideation techniques, and now today we are at a stage where we are looking at how they can create those ideas using collaboration. And in order to create a collaborative environment, what is the tool that they can use? Just as any other masterclass, we are going to break this session into 4 zones. We are first going to look at the context of this tool, then we are going to look at this tool, and then we look at how this tool can be used by children, and in the last section we look at what are the benefits children can derive out of this tool. Here we go. So let's kill the suspense. I'm going to talk about social capital. Yes, how children can build social capital. We always believe that the social capital can be created by we adults, and we never look at children can actually do that. We need to nurture a mindset among children that they can also create social capital, and that is how they can start their journey towards becoming a social animal. So let me set the context for this tool. Human being is a social animal. We always remain in the society, and that's extremely important. Having said that, throughout our education system, be it schools, colleges, universities, we nurture individualism. We start preparing children and measuring children on their individual performances. Even if we have projects and all, the focus is always given on the individual performance given in the entire project, and that's why within the project also children preserve their individualism. Individualism in isolation is not bad, but if we push children to the extreme of individualism, it can actually create 4 damages. Number 1, excessive focus on self-interest. Students start preserving and giving importance to self-interest even at the cost of interest of others. Number 2, somewhere it breaks their social ties and they start getting into silos. Number 3, it leads to lack of exchanges and reciprocity. They don't reciprocate to people, they don't actually exchange things with other people, and that is where in number 4 they start building fragmented communities. Ultimately they start building their own silos, and in this entire process they go away from being social, being connected with people, and that's the damage that we create. And that's where tool of building social capital becomes extremely important for children. So let's understand what social capital means. It's a network of people whom you know better and who know you better, and also they will actually help you in any kind of eventuality, and somebody whom you are very comfortable with, somebody whom you can spend time with and also exchange lot many things. It may be small to start with, but if we nurture this mindset among children, then they can really expand and create a larger and larger social network for themselves. Just as any other capital, it has an investment and it has return. So you just can't expect return from people. You have to also invest. That means you have to also help people to expect that they will help you in the eventualities. Let's understand how children can build their social capital. When children are very young, say in grade 1, grade 2 and all, make them realize importance of having friends. Make them realize how they can exchange things with friends. Make them realize how they can actually start talking to friends in a most friendly manner. Make them realize how they can collaborate better, how the entire process of studying can be enjoyable, and how they can really learn better from all these aspects. The best way to do that is to form teams, especially in sports. And while you are encourage them as a team. Do not encourage them as individuals. That is where they understand how other people have collaborated and as a team they have done something better. As they grow older, help them to build social capital charts. Now, building social capital charts is fairly simple. Ask them to map their friends, and then once they do that, start mapping their parents as well. For example, here is your best friend. What does the mother do? What does the father do of that friend? And start mapping that as well. Let's say a mother is into fashion technology, the father is a doctor. If you have 20 friends, probably you get about 40 links. Start also mapping siblings. So over a period of time, you start seeing that the chart is growing. Use mind map techniques which we saw in the previous section and let this chart grow better and better. As they would do that, they would realize the friends and the relatives are mapped into diverse sections. So any point of time, if I know I want to get into fashion technology or I have some work in fashion, I exactly know whom to go. If I have to do web development, I know this friend's father is actually into web development. Suppose I want some dope in terms of brand communication and mass communication. I know a father of this friend is actually into mass communication. Now that helps you in 3 counts. Number 1, it helps you to directly connect with those people and it eliminates the cost which otherwise you would have spent. Number 2, it reduces time and effort to get this kind of information. And most importantly, number 3, it gives you authentic information about the stuff. Remember, if your friend's father is actually advising you, they'll give you a very genuine kind of a feedback which probably you will not get in the market. So this has helped you in terms of saving your cost, your efforts, your time, and getting most authentic information. This is the power of social capital. Many of the startups, many of the people, when they actually get into actual problem solving, they have realized the potential of social capital. It reduces the real financial capital required because most of the work can be done actually on the phone call or just a meeting without spending money and getting most reliable and authentic information. As they grow older, you can start putting them in community services where they start giving back to the society, where they start giving back to people so that they understand the importance of exchange and reciprocate reactions when you start asking for something. And that really helps to strengthen their social capital. So over a period of time, they just don't become the receiver of this entire social capital. They start becoming giver to the social capital as well, and that strengthens their social capital. Now let's understand what are the benefits of learning social capital so early. Number 1, it actually helps them to create a network and understand the importance of a network. Number 2, it really helps them to empathize with people. Number 3, it really gives them a sense of collaboration. Number 4, it helps them to save time, effort, money, and again get the most authentic information that they would have otherwise not got. And number 5, it really helps them to understand importance of giving back to the society, giving back to the people, and preserving this social network. So in this masterclass, we have seen 4 important things. Number 1, we keep saying about collaboration, but at the end of the day, in the education system, we give focus on individualism. Individualism stretched to a significant extent can really create people into silos and cut off from the social bonds. Number 2, social capital is extremely important. Social capital is a group of people whom you are comfortable with, where you can bank upon and you can count on them. Number 3, there are various ways of building social capital at the early age. Primarily building a social capital or network of people, your friends, their family members, their siblings, so that you get a lot of information. And there are great benefits of building a social capital in terms of understanding the importance of network, saving time, effort, energy, money, and getting the most authentic information, and create a sense of collaboration and giving back to people and exchange the warmth and well-being. I hope this masterclass has really helped you to understand the importance of social capital. In the next section, we are going to come up with another interesting tool, and that tool will help you to identify your purpose of life. So stay tuned for this masterclass. Thank you very much.